From the time of the very first pretrial hearing, Anna Duggar has stood by Josh's side as he fights allegations of receiving and possessing CP. And we think it's safe to assume that it hasn't always been easy for her to do so. Earlier this week, Anna fled the courtroom during a description of Josh's alleged crimes. And on Thursday, she sat and listened as prosecutors explained the sophisticated means through which Josh concealed his depraved behavior from his wife and others. Long before Josh was arrested on CP charges back in April, Anna was acting as his keeper. She knew then that he could not be trusted to use the internet unsupervised. It was initially reported that Josh was caught using the affair-facilitating website Ashley Madison. In response, Anna installed a program called Covenant Eyes. That is a program which is used to allow one user to monitor another person's browsing. However, we now know that Anna installed the program in 2013, 2 years prior to the Ashley Madison scandal. So apparently, he's been giving her cause to be suspicious for even longer than we thought. Wisely, Anna chose to install the program on the devices Josh used at his workplace. But according to prosecutors, he found it quite easy to circumvent her safeguards. The prosecution had to make it clear to the jury how Josh might have been able to download CP in spite of Anna's precautions. So in court, they called to the stand Jeffrey Wofford. Wofford is the vice president of technology for Covenant Eyes Incorporated. Wofford began on Thursday by confirming that Anna had an account with the company for the better part of a decade. He then explained to the jury that the user identifies someone they love and trust in order to monitor the activity on their devices. His, Duggar's, report sensitivity was set to mature teen. It's fairly common, many users use this one. Wofford explained that particular setting does not permit the user to access any adult videographic content. His lawyers made arguments that his homeschool education left him woefully ignorant of modern technology. Despite that, Josh easily sidestepped the virtual blockade by installing a Linux disk partition. This essentially enabled him to split his computer in two. Wofford admitted that his program is not designed to combat this technique. There are not that many Linux users, Wofford told the court. He added that the operating system is used by more sophisticated internet users. That is a classification that apparently includes Josh. Josh, and any other adult who can find an unmonitored device and look up ways to circumvent surveillance. The program is most often used by parents seeking to monitor their kids' activity. That is a very different target than grown-up business owners with countless devices and unlimited time at their disposal. We guess that, because of that, the company didn't feel the need to anticipate every contingency. According to a report from the Ashley's Reality Roundup, Anna sat stone-faced as the prosecution described Josh's methods for evading her scrutiny. Insiders say Anna still thoroughly believes in her husband's innocence. As such, reports say that she's convinced that he'll be acquitted. Apparently, Anna believes Josh has been framed by the Biden administration. She feels that he never would have been arrested had Donald Trump been re-elected. Her delusion speaks to the level of self-deception that's been necessary for the Duggar family to operate all of these years. This is an upsetting case, and many are overwhelmed with anxiety as they await news of a verdict. Josh's incarceration will not restore any ruined lives or unmake any horrible videos, but it will keep him off of the streets. We'll have further updates on this developing story as more information becomes available.